what's the deal? It's your boy AC, back at you with another video. Um, this is really getting out of hand. You know what I mean? I'm seeing too many videos. You know what I mean, of women disrespecting themselves. This is really getting out of hand. Um, I used to defend women. I can't do it anymore because from women treating guys like trash. Men can't even go out on dates no more. Man can't even go on a dating site without women dissing guys on dating sites. You know, um, then when guys reject them, females will try to destroy the guy because they reject them. Or, it's no substance there no more. There's no conversation. There's no nothing. You got women talking about they won't talk to men that are broke or men that don't even have a dollar to their name. They call them trifling and ugly just because uh they don't make six figures or seven figures. And it's so sad and heartbreaking, that men are actually struggling to get into a relationship. And women are up there crying and saying men, don't want to be with them. There's no good men out there, or all the good men are married and all that. But they're not just married. There's a lot of good men that are single, but a lot of good men choose to stay single because it's much better than being in a relationship that you're going to be unhappy, and we live longer, you know, and we try to do other things in our lives that we didn't do when we were younger, because we're always trying to get into a relationship or we're chasing after females. And then us men get older, we don't want to chase no more, you know. We don't want to be running after females that don't want nothing to do with us, or we don't want to pretend anymore that we are in love because men are not even falling in love anymore, because we don't even see women as a trophy anymore. We see women that hit and run. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, we'll probably take a woman out to get something to eat, but we'll do what a female will do. We'll put you on the friend zone because it was so much fun back then when I was growing up to talk to girls. I mean, we had competitions, me and my homies. We would see how many numbers could we get, and we had to write it on paper because they didn't have cell phones at the time. So we had competitions, and we loved it. I mean, um, even if it was crumbled up piece of paper, or sometimes that we'll forget the name or the number, or the girl will give us the wrong fucking number. You know, at least we, were confident enough to go up there and talk to the female, and the female can only thing she do is say is no, or I'm in a relationship, or I'm not interested, and we didn't take it to heart. I see a lot of women today, they really hurt men's hearts. Like they really try to just look at them and say, "Ill, you ugly, you got no money, you broke," and judging a man just because he doesn't have a style that she like, or he's not big enough, or built enough, or doesn't have braids, or don't have a beard, or he's too dark, or he's too light. Now I'm not saying women can't have their own preference, but back then it was no such thing as a preference. A female will give a guy a chance if she likes his personality. It was all about personality. Because back then women would date ugliest motherfucking dude, and because he made her laugh, you know, and you don't see that no more. Men always try to make a female laugh. Female will just look at him like he's crazy. Like there's no communication. There's no joy of having a conversation on the phone no more. You know what I mean? I talked to a female on the phone, like she was like quiet as hell. Like, what's the point of you wanting to talk to me on the phone if you have nothing to say? Like, I got a lot to say. I love to talk. But if you're not interacting with me while I'm on the phone with you, there's no point. I'm getting bored with you. I rather talk to a cat or a dog. At least a dog and a cat will interact with me. Instead of talking to a female that don't say nothing on the phone, instead heavily breathe, or she's so much talking about her kids a billion times. Okay, you got your kids, they're there. Okay, but I want to know about you. I don't. If I get into a relationship with you, yes, of course, I would like to learn about your kids, because I'm gonna be around them. But if I don't know anything about you, I can't know anything about your kids because I don't want to know anything about your kids first. I want to know things about you. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to have a relationship with you, but it's hard. It's very hard. It's very difficult, because like I said, the cell phones had really made the female, just go another direction, you know. And I really believe the cell phone really destroyed men's opportunity to actually find true love, you know. And a lot of men are sitting up here just saying, I might as well just stay single, you know. I might as well just be happy without being in a relationship that I know that I'm not going to be in long, and I, and I don't have to keep on trying to give my heart to this female that probably don't give a damn about me, you know. I was watching a video earlier today of this guy. I thought he was really proposing, but he didn't propose to her. He was talking about how she cheated on him with his best friend, and he did it in front of his family, in front of her family. And what she did was started to cry, and the mother was like, "How dare you do that? That's not what you're supposed to do." Number one, did you hear me when I said your daughter cheated on me with my best friend? No, they didn't hear that. So and women want to talk about men cheat, but women are catching up to men cheating. Because like I said, social media has opened up a lot of opportunities for females to do things that they couldn't do before. So they could actually cheat without their man not knowing. So and you've been seeing it on these videos, you've been seeing it, on live videos, you've been seeing it. Like men be actually catching their women cheating, walking in the house after they go to work. They walk right in the house and their woman sleeping with some other dude, or they'll be down in a mall and next thing you know, they walk up to the guy and his girls, and she's buying the man gifts. And he's like, wait a minute, hold up, you're spending my money that I gave you, to spend on this dude. And, and she's like, well, I never wanted to be with you in the first place. And, the thing I like about men today, we are not getting upset anymore. We're not mad. Women will tell their men they're cheating, and men will be like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. And they will pack their clothes up and they will leave. Or they just tell her to leave, or they'll just do the same thing that she has done. They'll cheat, but we'll choose one of her friends or one of her family members to cheat on with, so we can get back at her. But some men don't go that far to be cruel. Some men will just leave, and just not take it personal because yes, he put a lot into her, but he's not going to let him ruin his life and ruin that and make him feel like all women are like her. Because all women are not cheaters, liars, and deceivers. Some there are women are out there that are faithful, honest, and everything. It's just that men are having problems finding that because, like I said before, you have a whole bunch of women mixed together with a whole bunch of hoes. So the hoes are mixed up with the good women, and the hoes are the ones telling the good women leave the men alone, and the good women are actually listening to the hoes, and now they're being defensive towards men, because the hoes are telling, oh, don't mess with him. He don't got nothing. He don't do this. He don't do that. But the good woman is just looking at him and like, damn, I should trust in my friend, because she's telling me that you're no good. But I never dated your friend. So how does she know? Because she always prejudged him because the way a person dress or a person's haircut or, you know, his clothes are not up to date to what she think his clothes should be, or shoes are not Jordans or or Wheezies or some type of expensive shoe. Um, and it really hurts us men because we thinking that now we have to compete to get a woman, and we shouldn't have to compete to get a woman. We don't shouldn't have to dress a certain style or have a certain amount of money to get a woman. Why should we need to do that? To be in love, like to fall in love with someone, to have kids with, and to marry. We don't. I mean, if you actually are catching the prize, which is the man, and you're talking about you need a man to love you and be the head of the household and be a provider, how are women not looking for that anymore? I'm not saying women have to be looking for a man and not have her own, because women should have their own and look for a man to love and care for too, and y'all both could do 50-50. But you got these men out there that actually want to be the father role, want to be the head of the household, and be the alpha male of the family and the relationship. But there's a lot of men are really scared to actually put their heart out there to try to find a woman, knowing if these women are tearing these guys' hearts up and making men really be more further distance in trying to find love, because it's horrible nowadays There's so many single men. There's men out there that don't want any kids. There's men out there that don't want to be married. They don't. They don't consider women as the trophy or the prize anymore. Like we always thought they were. We were supposed to chase the woman. Now the woman is actually starting to chase us, and we don't want them catching us. We want to get further away that we can, but it's hurting us because we love women. I mean, we want to be in a relationship. We want to have somebody that we can, you know, say that we love, and we want to start something with someone. But it's hard because you're seeing on these videos, and people say, "Why? Well, why are you depending on social media?" Because if social media didn't exist, maybe women wouldn't be the way they are today. I mean, I'm not saying women are not going to be independent, strong, you know, you know, I mean, they wouldn't do the feminine movement. No, they would have been still doing all that. But the way social media has labeled females today, because like I said, OnlyFans, and a lot of other, other websites that are actually degrading women. Women are using their bodies to get money, and not just get money, to actually it's a movement that they're doing that really honestly that men don't understand. If you're doing a movement, why do you have to degrade yourself for doing a movement? Why do you have to degrade yourself? If you want to make money, you want to be making more money than a man, you don't have to degrade yourself to do that. You can just do it by you doing the same thing as a man does. Work hard and make your money. But women are out there saying, well, we're taking advantages of money. We could do this and do that and make more money than a man. But really, honestly, you're really showing the man that you're really are being desperate to make money and not work hard for it. Then show your body on social media and shake your ass all over social media. That makes men look at you like, damn, you're just a piece of ass. You know what I mean? Or you're not wifey material. You're not even a wife. You're not even a baby mom. You know what I mean? You're not. You're none of these things. You're just a hit and run. You get an Uber, and I'm gonna pay for Uber for you to get the fuck out of my house. That's it. And that's what women don't understand. You can do whatever you want to do. You have a freedom to do anything you want. But you got to understand, if you're looking for a man, if you're looking for a man to settle down with, especially men that are getting older, because women, y'all get older. Y'all don't stay young for fucking ever. Remember, that's the one thing I just don't understand about women. Why are women afraid to get old? Why are they afraid to get old? You're going to get old. That's part of your life. You know, you should be appreciating that you're getting older, and not staying young for forever. I mean, why would you want to be young forever? You want to grow old. You want to, you want your next of kin to actually do things that you never did in your life and enjoy their lives while you're getting older so you can settle down so your next of kin can take care of your ass. But the kids are growing up and they're not even taking care of their own parents because the parents are not even raising their own children, to understand, well, I'm the parent. You got to take care of me when I get older, but you got these kids not doing that and they don't know how to do that. So they're out there having kids. So the parents, the mother and the father of these generations don't know how to be adults anyway because like I said, parents of my generation don't know how to teach these kids anything because our parents made sure that we learn to try to do what we can do. But the thing is, social media came to be. So my generation got involved in the social media, and now we are all caught up in the social media. So we don't pay attention to our kids. You know what I mean? Just like us in a relationship, we don't pay attention to each other. Regardless of how many people say, yes, I do. No, you don't. You don't pay attention to your spouse or whoever you're with all the time because you're on your phone all the time. Your phone is very valuable to you, especially in this generation. It's very valuable to you. So you get an alert or you get something that comes onto your phone that you want to watch, and your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or whatever is sitting there wanting to have a conversation with you, but your 5 minutes of your time is on your phone. That 5 minutes is precious to that person that's trying to talk to you. You got to understand the one thing that's hard to do is to get time from the person that you love. You know what I mean? That's why I always say you have to invest your time in your relationships because you never know when your relationship might break apart, or you don't know if your person that's a spouse or your future husband or wife will die. And then you will lose that time that you will complain about in the future. Oh my God, I wish I wasn't on my cell phone. when my husband passed away. I wish I gave him 5 minutes of my time. He was wanted my time, and I did not give it to him because I wanted to be on TikTok, Instagram, and all these other these other sites, so I can pay attention to that. But my husband was asking for my attention. You gotta invest your time into your relationship. I never like when I was in relationships, I struggled to invest time into my relationships because I was so discombobulated and so much into just going out there having sex with all these different type of females. I never invested no time in no female. And when I started to notice that, when as I got older, you start seeing things differently. You start distancing yourself from people and friends and family. So relationships is going to be more harder to deal with as you get older because now when you were younger, you were doing what you were doing. Like when I was younger, I was doing all the things, the crazy shit that young men do when we're in our 20s. We're going to see how many females we can get. We're going to see how much coochie we're going to get. And as we get older, that starts to fade the fuck away. Which men will try their best in their older years to keep on being a pimp, knowing that fades away. So we have to get old. We gotta grow old. We gotta get wrinkles. We gotta get all these things. And that's the one thing about us, man. We're not afraid to get old. I mean, old. Not maturity old. I'm talking about old. Our age. We're not afraid of that. Because we know Father Time is undefeated. You know what I mean? We know that one day we're going to be sitting in a rocking chair and we're going to be rocking back and forth, reminiscing about the days that we used to have when we were younger. Because at least we have memories. You know what I mean? And that's what we want in our relationship. We want memories before we die. You know what I mean? We want to leave you memories of happiness or something before we pass because we're not going to live forever. I mean, I know a lot of people want to live forever. Some people want to live to be 50, 90 years old. I still don't understand why people want to live for fucking long periods of time, because there is a afterlife and, you do have things that you want to probably let your family have their life, you know, and we're keeping on and they got to keep on continuously to take care of us, and it, we I don't want to live. I don't want to live forever. I don't. You know what I mean? I just want to live at a time that I see my daughter grow up. My daughter's grown, but I wanted to see her be married. I would probably see her probably have children. But after that, what am I here for? It's time for me to move on. But this is what I'm talking about. I'm single. So the thing I'm trying to say is that when you live in a single life and you're seeing everything that everybody else is going through in relationships, sometimes you shake your head and you be like, damn, if I'm glad that I'm what I am now, because I believe if I was in a relationship, it wouldn't work for me. Relationships don't work for me like they used to. What I used to always wanted to, I fell in love so easy. But now I don't see myself falling in love so easy anymore. Because it's not the fact that I can't trust, because that's the one thing I say about people. We don't trust. We don't know how to trust. We pretend like we do trust people because we are all alone and we want to bring people in our lives and we forget that, God damn, I didn't even trust this person. Like, you got to trust the person first before you get into a relationship with this person because you're going to be with this person probably for probably the rest of your life or probably how long you think you're going to be with this person. But me, I don't trust nobody. And the hardest thing for me to do is trust a female, because I've been through situations that I have gotten my heart broken so bad that it actually put me in depression, and actually suicide thoughts. And it really broke me down, like broken me, that I lost weight, I mean, it was always in the hospital and sick, but I was already had health problems, but it was making me more sicker. And then I was just like, you know what? Let me just be by myself and see what will happen if I be single for a number amount of years. And when you start being by yourself, you start feeling like, damn, this is good for me. Then it's going to be hard for you to allow people in your space because when you are by yourself, you shrink your circle. You only put the people that you want in your circle and you keep them there. So nobody's going to jump into your circle. You're going to just allow people in your circle that you want to allow in your circle. And when you're in a relationship, you feel that you don't have that freedom. It's not because you have freedom, it's because you have your own choices. You don't have to think for nobody else. You don't have to rush and, be home and and call and tell her where you are. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that in your relationship. You should call and tell her where you are because that's what you should do. That's responsible. You're being responsible in your relationships. You're going to tell your wife or your husband where you are so they can know if something happened to you, at least they know where you are. But to be by yourself is hard to let people in. That's what I always wanted. I wanted a time that I could keep my door closed. So I can't let nobody into my door. It will be hard for somebody to actually open up me up like I used to. I was so open. I was so open to it's hard. I don't really talk to females that much. I talk. I love females to fuck to death. I swear to God, I love females to death. But it's hard to let them in, and that's the reason why I think females don't associate with me too much because I feel that they don't like that I don't open up to them. Because females want you to open up to them so they can know about you and about your business. And when you're not opening up to females, females will say, "Well, he looked like he a cheater. He looked like he a player. You know what I mean? You're quiet all the time. I don't like that about a guy. A guy to me is quiet. That means he's sneaky." No. Only reason why I'm quiet because I don't I don't want a relationship. You know, I already told you this that I just want to be friends. And I don't understand why is that hard to certain females when you want to be a friend and you want to start off as friends and move your way up into a relationship, then that will be much easier for you to open up to whoever you with. Because if you're just throwing yourself into a relationship and you think it just because you're in a relationship that will make you happy and you don't know nothing about that person, they don't know nothing about you, but you're just throwing yourself because you don't want to be alone, that means that you're desperate. I mean, it ain't because you want to be in love. It's because you're trying to fill that void of loneliness you had throughout your time, and you just want to fill that. And that's the wrong thing to do because now you don't know in the future that you're ever going to be happy because you've never gotten to know anything about this person, and that person started to open up to you about things that they never told. You started to open up to that person about the things that you never told that person, and you don't know how that person will feel about what you're telling them now that you didn't tell them when you first started talking to them because that's why females don't like certain men because us men we don't open up. We don't just give about our feelings because we're basically go back to our moms or we go to our homies to tell us about our own feelings because we don't trust females when we're upset about things because women will throw back in our faces. So that's why I believe that relationships today is harder to deal with than it was when I was growing the fuck up. Because like I said, relationships were a lot different. Relationships were a lot longer. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that people wasn't getting divorces. I wasn't saying people was no breakups. But you would see somebody, like I would grow up and I would see somebody in a relationship at the age of 15 and it'll be 20 years later, they're still in a relationship. Today, you don't see that. You see people get into a relationship at the age of 15, they break up at the age of 16, you know, and that relationship didn't have no substance because they were young. But you have women that are even men and women are in their 20s that will stay in a relationship for a number or a few years and then they'll break up because, like I said, relationships are different because there's no communication in relationships. There's no, they don't do really nothing in their relationships because you know you got certain women that want men to be already established and a lot of men are not even established and they're going to school or they're going to trading classes and learning how to do things so they can make more money and women don't want to wait. Women want to go after these dudes that got something, so they go after the guys that got six figures and them guys don't want them women. Them guys just want to have sex with them and just use them. But the men that are out there that are working hard from the ground up, the women don't want to deal with them because they're taking too long to make a certain amount of money. And that really fucking hurts men that are actually sitting there like, God damn, I've been in college for this many years. I've been going for this many trade schools. And women don't want to be in a relationship for me a long period of time. Then when I get my money, then women want to be with me, but I don't want nothing to do with them. You know, and men stay single. I know guys that are single to this very day that are very successful, you know, and they're single. And they tell me all the time, AC, I don't ever see myself in a relationship. I see myself having some sex. I see myself always having a female around me, but it's not one female. It's not the female that they're marrying or, you know, they consider to be that's my wifey. No. It's like I have all these different type of females around me. That's why men travel. That's why men go out of the country. They travel because they want to see more women. Because as we get older, we want to just constantly keep pushing our boundaries sometimes to see what type of women are out there. Maybe we can get some exotic women, or we can get somebody that, that's probably could actually marry, have kids with, or settle down with, or not even have kids at all, just to settle down with. You know, that's what we look for. That's why we travel. You know what I mean? Men are traveling out of the country, or they're traveling across the country because they're looking for something. They're looking for substance. They're looking just to see that they can find something different. They're not stuck in their neighborhood. They're not stuck in their suburb. They're not stuck in their ghetto. They're not stuck in their little town or little city. They want to go and explore other means of women because there's so many different women, all different shapes and sizes. So women are sprawled out all across the world. So men want to get on their horse, get on these planes, and go across these waters and go and see what they got. And I don't think nothing's wrong with that. Women feel like there's something wrong with it. Oh, men shouldn't be doing this. Men shouldn't be doing that. Why men traveling out of the country? Because you should allow us to do what we want because we're single. We don't have to tell, nobody can tell. Women shouldn't have to tell us what to do when we're not with you. We're not in a relationship with you. You can't tell us what to do and where to go, who to meet. Because if we do that to you, y'all get mad and y'all will call us all types of names and y'all will just throw us under the bus. But us men want to travel. We want to meet other people because we believe that we're supposed to do this because this is the reason why they invented airplanes and many other things that are technology for less travel. That's why we got passports. We can leave and go somewhere else. Like, there's no substance here in America. And maybe in other countries, they believe the same thing. Some of the women in other countries and some of the men in other countries will feel that their country doesn't have any substance. So they will come to America to meet a man and a woman and marry and have kids and settle down. So us men are thinking the same way as the women and men are thinking in their other countries that want to leave their country and come to America or go somewhere in any other parts of the world because they feel like maybe they need to find something different. I mean, because this is the only thing that will make us happy. We're not going to sit there and just be miserable for the rest of our fucking lives because we want to stay with one person. Because we don't know how long that person is going to stay that same person. Because people do change in their life. You know, things happen to change people. You know, and you're not going to be talking to the same person that you met like 10 years ago. That person could be way different. And you're sitting there like, damn, what happened to you? And now that person is like, man, fuck you. I haven't changed, whatever. And then you arguing, y'all fighting, calling each other names, y'all hitting on each other, mentally, physically, and emotionally abusive towards each other. And then y'all unhappy and y'all break up. In a bad breakup, if y'all have things together, it's going to be bad. So everything is going to be terrible in the end. So that's why I tell people when y'all get married, make sure that you prepare yourself for whatever happens in the future. I'm not saying everybody's going to get divorced. There's people that have been married for 50, 60 years, but that's rare. And the way people can go and get divorces now and take every fucking thing, it's much different than it was in the past, where it was really hard to take things from a spouse. But now it's much easier because the way they have these laws now for marriages, so it's much easier to take what they want if they want to go after it. Now I'm not saying every person's greedy because you got some people let them keep this and you keep that. They have a mutual settlement, between relationships, between siblings. But then you have the ones that are just assholes, the ones that will just take everything from you because they don't like you. They don't like your son. They don't like your daughter. They don't like your mom, your dad. They just don't like you. And they blame everything on you. It's your fault. You. I'm gonna take everything from you. I'm gonna make you flat broke. I'm gonna make you pay child support, until the day you die, or what I mean, I'm just gonna take the house, the car. I'm taking everything from you because I don't like you. I'm gonna lie and say you abuse me. I'm gonna lie to say you cheat on me. I'm gonna lie to say you're verbally, mentally, and physically assaulted me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to get everything from you. There's some evil people out there that are married that goes through this shit. You see what happened to Kanye. Kanye has to pay $2 million. I keep saying 2 million. Has to pay $200,000 in child support. And the thing is, why? If he's the father of the child, he sees his child all the time, and his kids are with him, and he has money, why does he have to pay his wife that money? Now, his wife should be able to get separate money for her, but for the kids, if the father's already seeing the child and being around that child and when they're children, If the wife, which is Kardashian, was Kim, will allow him to see his kids, maybe he will be able to take care of his kids like he's supposed to take care of his kids before she got a divorce because of a man that she, because they said all these things. It's been crazy, and I don't like that Kim done that to him. You know what I mean? If you have a father, you have a child's father that's paying for his kids, he's doing right, he's taking care of his responsibilities as a father. Let him take care of responsibilities as a father. You don't have to take the man to court just because you are upset at him because he didn't do something that you want, or he didn't satisfy you in bed like you wanted, or you didn't like him because you know you just didn't like him. You wish you never got married to him. You call him all these names. Just let him be a father. And I always tell these women out here, stop doing that to your fucking kids. Your kids need a father. The father need to know that their kids love him. And you're putting all this stuff in their kids' head like your father ain't shit. He broke. You know what I mean? Yeah, your dad's an ass, and all these different names that they be calling your freaking keep calling the father, and it's wrong. You know what I mean? It's really wrong. I'm not saying there's a lot of men out there that are not deadbeats. There are a lot of men out there that are deadbeats. But the ones that actually want to take care of their child, they're the ones that are actually being more attacked than the guys that are deadbeats that don't never be taken to court for child support. And this is the reason why men don't want to get married. They're afraid of the consequences of divorce. They're afraid to have children because they don't know if they actually have a bad breakup with their baby mom. She's going to hate him and want to take him to court to try to take everything from him and child support because he's with another girl. But he's still taking care of his kids. He's still doing right as being a father. But she don't like the fact that he's with somebody else. So she takes him to child support court and try to make him pay a lot more money for one child. This is the reason why men don't want to get married. This is the reason why men just stay single and not have kids and it just they'll probably adopt or they'll get a cat and a dog because they feel that having all this, fear. Like I said, men have fear. We do have fear in the woman. I know men say they're not afraid of women. Yes, we are afraid of women. We're afraid of women in other aspects. We are afraid of the woman because what she can do when she's angry at us, the things that she could take from us, you know. And it doesn't have to be her going out there and you know dissing us on social media or anything like that. We don't care about that. But the thing that we don't want to see coming in the mail is child support papers or alimony papers. We don't want to see we have to pay this much money in our divorce. We don't want to see that, you know? And we don't want to be going to court. I mean, we don't want to do that. We got a job, work, and we're doing all these things, but we gotta go and see that. And our children is going to be involved. And our children are going to not hate me, they're going to hate the mother. Or the mother's going to make the children hate the father. And that's the problem of fear of the man. We don't want us to go through that situation that we have to fear about going to child support court or divorces and you take everything from us. Because we don't want to be in a relationship with you no more. Because no one you cheated on us, or you did something to us, or the relationship just fell apart. Or I just want to break up because I'm struggling. I don't have nothing to offer you no more. So I want to break up so I can get myself together. So maybe we can probably go back to try again. But no, some women don't want to hear that shit. They want to go after men and take everything. And that's not what men don't want to go through. Yes, we do fear women. And if men say they don't fear women, something's wrong with them. You know, because that right there, it's something that we don't even see that will we don't even want to see jail. Like so when you go if you don't pay your child support, you go to jail. And there's a lot of men out there that don't make that much money to pay the child support the females want. Now they say, well, they go by the way your money and your job, but you gotta understand, women will find a way to get more money out of a man that does not make that much money, and their husband will go to their ex boyfriend or their husband will go to jail, and that's terrible. But some women say, well, men deserve that. Okay, so that's the other way around because there's a lot of deadbeat women out there that are mothers too. So men could be doing the same thing to a female, but see, men don't do that. We don't take our women to child support court for a child. We just take on the responsibility of taking care of the damn child ourselves. We don't take you to court. Even if we get divorces, we try our best to split things down the middle so we both can be happy and conservative. But women will find a way to make us go and try to take everything too. But we try not to. We try to say, look, I'm gonna give you this, you take that, we'll split time with the kids, and we'll do it this way. No, she wants more. She wants more from you. No, I want the car, I want the mansion, I want I want this, I want that. But why? You want to live glamorous. That's it. It's not about the kids anymore. It's about you wanting to live glamorous. This is the reason why us men don't want to feel that we have to try to um change ourselves for this woman because we want her to live glamorous. I mean, why do you have to live glamorous when you have kids? I'm not saying that you have to live a lifestyle that you always dreamed of living, but you have kids, and your kids should be your lifestyle. I know I always tell people that don't have kids, the one thing about a child is you cannot try to be better than your child. You can't. You can't you can't sit there and try to be better than your son and your daughter. You gotta be a mom, and you gotta be a mom. You gotta be a parent. But sometimes when you don't have kids and you see other people raise their kids, some people will always believe pretend like they knew more about kids than their own parents. But I'm just saying, like, when you have a child, and especially a lot of women out there that sit up there and say, well, men don't know nothing about having a child and push out. Yeah, but there's a lot of men out there that raise children by themselves that's never been talked about. There's men out there that raise kids by themselves. There's men out there that are their fathers, and the mother had probably passed away, or the mother's on drugs or alcoholic, what I mean, or she's mentally, incarcerated in a mental institution, or she is sick, or something like that, and the man had to take on the responsibility to be the mother and the father. So men can do the same thing as a woman do if he learned how to do it, especially as his mother helping him or his grandmother helping him, but he's still taking on the responsibility of being a father and a mother. So men can do the same thing as a woman can do too. It's just that you don't see it that much or even hear about it that much because they don't like talking. Us men don't like talking about it. But also, women will always try to destroy men and say men don't know how to raise kids. And I said that's a lie. There's men out there that do know how to raise kids, that are raising kids and doing a pretty damn good job of it too. Even while they're working and picking up their son and daughter at the school, doing everything what the mom would do, being a soccer dad. There's fathers out there that are soccer dads that do the same thing that a soccer mom will do because they have to do it because their child is not going to be raised by themselves. And they make sure they ain't going to depend on their mom to raise their child because, number one, us men are not going to depend on our mother to raise our kids because they raised us for the last past fucking 18 years. So why would we depend on our mom to take care of our kids? We want to take on that challenge our damn selves because that's what we're supposed to do anyway. A woman should never have to depend on you depend on your mom, but you don't need to depend on your mom on everything because you're learning how to be a mother. You know what I mean? Your mom already knows how to be a mom. You have to learn how to be a mom yourself because your mom ain't gonna always be there for you to raise your children. So you gotta learn how to raise your children by yourself. So while men are sitting out there doing that, they're understanding that they have to take care of their kids. I know it's gonna be hard for us men to do it because we're raising a daughter, but it's much easier for us once we get used to it. And we're not going to stop doing we'll love it. Us men will love raising kids. We like being fathers. We love it. You know what I mean? But the thing is women out there will always say, no, oh, the men don't know shit. Men ain't shit. Men don't know how to be kids. They don't know how to raise kids. They don't even change diapers. Because men are not raised to change diapers. We're not raised to hold a baby. We're not raised to do any of that stuff. Yes, we babysit. Our little sister, we'll babysit our little brother, you know, but that's it. You know, that's all we learn. And that's not even a learning thing. We're doing it because we are told to do it because our mom told us so. We're we're the big brother and we're supposed to actually take care of our little sister and our little brother. So that's what we're supposed to do. But being a father is much different. You know what I mean? That's your responsibility. Even a mother, it's her responsibility. I mean, her responsibility, you know? So a father already knows it's his responsibility to take care of his kids, to protect his children. That's his responsibility if he's doing it by himself. There's a lot of women out there that don't even talk about that. It's, oh my God, all these men don't know what they're doing. Oh my God, men, they're trash, they're garbage. Why the hell they always talking shit about women, talking about women don't do this or do that, they're not submissive, they don't cook or clean, they don't wash dishes, they don't do none of that stuff. How dare you? Well, it's being proven right now. All on these videos, women are coming out and saying they're not cooking and cleaning and washing dishes and doing all these things for a man. They're not. They're not. That's what they're saying. So I'm not saying all women don't do it, but I know there's women out there that do it. But there's a most women don't do it, you know, because it's a different generation. And I talk about social media lies. So they are, you know, they don't put their time and effort into their relationships anyway, because social media is what they put their time and effort in. Because they feel that if they put more time in their social media, that they'll get more attention outside of their relationship. And that's what women want anyway. Is attention. So they'll go outside the box. They got a man sitting right there that gives them all the attention, all the love, you know, but it's not enough. So they have to go outside the box and go and find men that are all around the country or around the world that will tell them the same thing their man tells them every fucking day, that you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're a queen, and all this other kind of stuff. But it's not enough. They gotta have a whole bunch of other men saying the same motherfucking thing. But these men are only out to try to make you get rid of him, so you can bring them into your life. That's all they're doing. And your man is probably like, you know what? I just really need to leave this bitch alone. I need to just distance myself from her. You know, I just need to move on and just try to find somebody to fuck else. And men do that. Men will just leave and go on and try to find somebody else. And then women will get mad. Oh, he look at him. He cheated on me. I'm like, hold up. I only got like 3,000. I only got 300 friends on my page, but you have 5,000 male friends. So how am I cheating? Oh, you sneak. Okay, I'm a sneak. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't have 3 Facebook pages, you know, and I don't have an OnlyFans page. I mean, I don't have this website called Aurora or Rada something or Radis or something like that. That's actually just like OnlyFans. So I don't have none of that stuff, you know. And basically, I thought I put my whole relationship, my whole my whole relationship on pause with my family to be with you, and now I'm seeing why my mom don't like you. Now I see why my mom is telling me I should leave you alone, because you know it's not working. So I need to break up. But women will say it's all the man's fault, because women like to do that. Women like to break up with a man and blame them. It's his fault. So you didn't do nothing? I didn't do anything. I loved him. I cared for him. I did everything for him. But he's telling you telling his friends a different story, or telling the person that you're telling a different story. Well, this is what she did. Oh, she didn't tell me all that. Because women don't like to tell what they have done to a man, because it will make them look bad. They like to say what a man does so it can make them look bad. Because women love to make men look bad. Because they have to have the last word. They have to have the last laugh. Because they feel if the man gets the laugh. Because you see, when women argue with a man, the woman always wants to have the last word. The man can never get the last word in, can never get a word in the first place. So the woman has to be. It's like a cat. You see cats always sit on high places. They sit on refrigerators. They sit on hot cabinets because They always like to be looking down at people. That's what females like to do. Females like to sit on high places, so they look down at their man because their man can look smaller than them. Because women are always going to be shorter than a man, so a woman has to look down on a man to make them feel taller. And women have done that for a long time. And it's a shame that women have to do that to feel superior over a man, which they don't really have to feel superior over a man, because us men, we have changed to allow you to actually be comfortable in your own skin and let you have a lot more, you know, freedom to do what you want to do. But now it's getting to the point men are just saying, screw you, we done. Y'all gonna mess with other women. We just stay here by ourselves and just go out of the country and just find somebody to fuck else. And then we'll bring them back to the country. But all y'all gonna do is hate on them, anyway. So we probably gonna make them stay out of the country and we'll probably just go and visit them, or we'll go and move to their country and live with them and start a whole new life of not being here. And men are slowly but surely leaving out of the country. The women saying they don't care. And next all the men would leave out of the country and be in all the other countries across the world. And then women would be sitting up there like, they can't stand men. They hate men. They'll despise men. But please, describe and like. I'm hoping, hope people watch this video because I'm not attacking women. I'm just telling the truth and facts about the things that's going on today. And it's terrible that we're going through this and men are not being happy. And us men are looking for other ways to be happy. And women are attacking men in ways that men are actually trying to defend themselves. But it's coming to a point that us men are going to stop defending ourselves and we're just going to shut the fuck up and not say shit. And we're just going to let y'all just judge us all the fucking time. We're going to keep on allowing you to, because the thing about it is, y'all want us men to react. Y'all want us to argue and fight with y'all. So you can have the power of telling us to shut up. And we get angry. So you can just blame us for saying something to you and breaking you down, and then you'll go and talk about us bad on social media, and then everybody else will attack us. But we're going to keep our mouths shut and not say nothing. And I believe that's what us men should have done. We should just shut our mouths and just don't say nothing. That will actually make the woman shut the fuck up too. But every time that we will react to them, they're going to keep on coming back at us. I know we want likes, comments, and all this and stuff like that. We want to share videos. We're trying to get popular, so we'll use certain videos to, talk about certain things so we can get a reaction. We can move up into social media like YouTube, TikTok, and all of them. We want to keep on trying to get something out of these platforms. So we will make videos about it like I'm doing right now. But we have to just sit back and think and just say, you know what? They can attack us all over. We're not gonna say shit no more. We're just gonna be quiet and not say nothing. And I bet you, once we be quiet and once we don't say nothing, and we surely but surely start getting out of this country in silence, because I believe men should have never showed their passports. I think men should have done this in silence. We should have been leaving the country in silence and not say nothing. Let them not find us, and let's see their reaction when they don't see us. Because they already know that we're doing this. If we would have kept our mouths shut and just left the country and didn't say nothing, they would have had a different response that they have right now. Yes, they probably would have hated us, but you know what? We've already been gone, so they really couldn't say shit. What else? What are they gonna say? They can't stop us because we're already in Africa. We're already in Ireland. We're already in England. Iceland, Greenland. Canada. You know what I mean? We're already down there in the Puerto Ricos and Cuba and the Caribbean. We all the way down there chilling with a big ass motherfucking margarita, which I don't like margaritas. I love Moscato, best drink in the world. Everybody says it's a bitch drink, but that's my bitch drink. So everybody out there, God bless, and I hope you keep your head up. Men, bless y'all.